The really good thing about Call the Midwife is it tackles really important subjects in a great way. You never feel as if you're being preached to. And this time they will tackle racism, won't they? Because part of there was a massive influx, wasn't there, of West Indian women and men working for the NHS?
Yeah, they sort of came over in the late 50s and 60s, you know, during the Commonwealth to help out the NHS. So it's really nice that this is being reflected in Call the Midwife. Yeah.
Sure, it's a big responsibility for you as well. You've got to get it right, haven't you? You've got to get the accent right, got to get the whole attitude of the time. Very, very different times to what we're living in now. Really tough for people like your character.
Yeah, it is. It is very different times, which is, you know, lucky for us. But I'm glad that Call the Midwife are, you know, addressing, you know, the issues that immigrants face during that time.
Be a bit uncomfortable because you've got to write it. It's got to be true, you know, and true to the time. But quite difficult, I would imagine, for you coming at it from a sensibility of now and trying to put yourself in the mindset of somebody growing up in the 1960s, and that's quite hard, isn't it?
I think what Call the Midwife always does is try and look at things as accurately as possible. It doesn't shy away from issues like that, and sometimes very difficult issues. And you know, it's hard for us to address, and sometimes hard to see. But we have a duty to show it in the way that it was. And I think it does it really sensitively and beautifully. And certainly my character learns a lot from Lucille. And
there's a real bond there. You can see that. You can see that in the clip.
Already
that was starting, and that's what's brilliant about it. What do you think is the key to the success of this show?
I think. Well, a lot of people that haven't seen it before often think it's quite warm and nostalgic, which it is. But it also kind of... It sneaks in really quite radical ideas and hard-hitting, especially seeing as it's prime-time telly, 8 o'clock on a Sunday. You know, it's things that maybe people haven't discussed about or even know about before this point. So I think that's kind of why it's got the best of both worlds, really. It's very warm and it makes you feel a lot and it has a lot of heart, but it's also quite hard-hitting as well.
It is, no, absolutely, but it's never preachy. That's what I like about it. You never feel patronised and you never feel preached down to. You're just kind of caught with... The storylines or anything that's, you know, sort of like makes you more socially aware, it comes from the characters, you know, rather than here's a big, big, you know, now you're going to preach at you and tell you things, you know, issues, this is now an issue. It's never like that, and that's really, really clever. Is it mostly women on set? Is it mostly women who write and who direct, or is it a mixture?
It's a mixture.
It's a mixture. I think we have a lot of course, we have Heidi, who's the creator, but we have a lot of women writers and
I think that
women
shows.
directors.
I really do. I really, really do.
And it's always beautifully written.
It is, it's female-led cast, but there's also a lot of female creatives as well, which is nice for us, I think.
Really, really nice.
And did you do a lot of talking about this when you got the part? Talking about, like, with your relatives or with friends, or with... It must have been a great sort of conversation opener, really, you know, obviously trying to find out more about your character. Yeah,
well, my family are Jamaican, so, you know, it's an accent that I've heard, you know, all my life, and I spent Christmas holidays there. But, yeah, it definitely opened a dialogue between, you know, myself and my family, and just speaking to them about their experiences, you know, emigrating from Jamaica to England. And I learnt so much about my family by doing this role.
Because you probably wouldn't have had those conversations necessarily, or in such depth, and it gives you an opportunity to find out more about your people that you love.
Exactly.
Which is great.
It is.
Which is really good. Now, is it true you had to cut your hair off?
Oh, yeah, it all went. It was down to here and they cut it off,
No.
All for the part, darling.
Off the part. What did you do with it? Did you keep it?
You know, well, we donated it to the Little Princess Trust, so it's for children who are going through cancer therapy and treatment. And makes real hair wigs for them.
What a brilliant thing to do.
Yeah, I had a lot of hair, so I thought, you know, and it's probably much more appreciated now than I ever appreciated it. So.
Do you know what, that's a great idea. What a lovely thing to do. I love that. That's brilliant. As if we didn't love Call the Midwife, you know.